Hello there. Hold on, before we talk, let's take a look at this young lady. As you can see, her dress is kind of gross. She's wearing a rope as a belt. She does have nice gloves on, and she is blindfolded, possibly blind herself.
Hello? Is somebody there? Might I bend your ear for a moment, please? My name is Irina. I've escaped from Castle Morn to the south. The servants there have rebelled. I can't be sure what it is. My eyesight's been weak since birth, you see. But I swear I heard frightful howling from all over. My good father secreted me out the castle, but decided himself to stay. He says it's his duty. As commander. I fear for father's life. The servants are full wrath, filled with hatred for every one of us. They've since come for every one of the companions I escaped with. They haven't spared a soul. I fear it's no different at Castle Morn. Please, I implore you, would you mind taking a letter to my father? At the castle, my sole wish is that he escape, even if his honor should be the price. Please. I just want him to be safe.
That's fair. Sure, I'll deliver that letter.
Thank you. Dearly. Then please, take this.
Irina's letter.
Deliver it to my father, who remains in the castle, if you please. Please, if you wouldn't mind, deliver the letter to my father at the castle. He can be stubborn, but I'm sure he'll come around.
Let's take a look at that letter, shall we? Letter given by Irina, addressed to her father, the commander of Castle Morn. Gorgeous silken handkerchief, lightly stained with blood. Words can be made out within. I gotta ask, how much could she write there, being A, mostly blind, and B, it being on a handkerchief, but... okay. We'll get that delivered. Lickety-split. And by lickety-split, I mean whenever the hell I feel like it. Now, just one second before I get too far away. There should be a Grace somewhere close by to her. Somewhere? Maybe back here? Oh, there it is. Okay. Hidden behind that rock. We'll take a quick sit down, and I'll take a moment to fill my water. Give me just a moment. I return with hydration. So, we shall now do Irina's side quest, or at least we've begun it. We will be delivering a letter to her father. I just want to say, before anything, here in a side quest is an example of just plain world building. That's all. There is no big stakes in it. There is no, like, massive payoff or anything. There's no big main quest, anything, or characters. It's just world building, like, hey, world kind of sucks right now. Here's an example. Which is perfectly fine. It's nice when a game does that now and then. You don't want most of your quests to be like that, because then it feels like you're just wasting the player's time. But when they are a rare occurrence, like in this game, it's nice. Give me this. The Morning Star. Hey, that's a better flail, basically. Battle hammer comprised of a globe attached to a handle. Though a bludgeon dealing strike damage, the appellative star is covered in spikes which cause blood loss. Ironic, given its graceful name, this weapon often reeks of blood. It is a more strength-scaling weapon. And here we get our first taste of the Misbegotten, who are just sitting here carving stuff up. Sent your ass flying. So, the Misbegotten are called as such because they are born with these feathers, wings, claws, stuff like that. Mutations from birth. Tails even, stuff like that. And in at least this modern age, people don't really look too fondly upon that visual. They're not a big fan. Which is going to be made weird because we're going to see evidence in the future that in the past, it was actually seen as more a sign of the divine to have that kind of physical appearance. It's only in relatively recent ages, aka America's rule, the Golden Order, where that appearance was more oppressed and looked down upon. Hey there, buddy. Looking to ambush somebody? Ambush this. Well, what America hates is anything that seems like it's not part of her Golden Order. Something that looks like it's more part of something that doesn't fit in. Ash of War, mighty shot. Is America the one that created the Tarnished? Kind of. Sort of, in a way. Yeah. How about we just head south until I get the map? Oh shit! Our first Knight's Cavalry! You have a flail? Let's fucking go, then. flail fight. Hey, I can do that too. Hiya! I don't need no horse. I actually do think it's often easier to fight these guys without a horse. Okay, that wind up on the R2 for this weapon is way too long. This flail is a tickler. It does not do a whole lot of damage to this guy. Come on. Come on! Nah, we gotta fight flail to flail. Yeah, there's that bleed proc. You're about to lose your horse. Oh, well, he brought it back. Horse version 2. Really? That caught me? That far? Jeez. Come on. Come on, nerd. Get over here. Come here. Yeah, I can't really punish that move. He goes too far away. God, that goes so far. That horse hip check is his best move. The horse is the stronger fighter. The horse should be the cavalryman. He should ride the man. Not like that, chat. You bunch of lewds. One more. Got him. My flail is the stronger flail. We got the barricade shield and the Knight Rider flail. Never mind. His flail is the stronger flail. 24 dex. I can dual wield it. Or, two-hand it. Never mind. I can't two-hand it. Well, it'll have to be until later, then. Let's take a peek at it. A flail with 2 additional bludgeoning heads. Weapon of the knight cavalry who ride funeral steeds. The large spikes make it highly effective at inducing blood loss, but also demand higher dexterity to wield. Skill spinning chain. Which is same as the normal flail. It's just more flail. Whoops, didn't mean to equip it. Yeah, I know. Dex requirements don't work two-hand. I'm dumb. But look, I won. That's all that matters, right? We want it to be nighttime here, by the way. Not just because of the Knight Rider cavalry that we face, but there's other nighttime enemies we want to see.
Buying or selling?
What are you buying? What are you selling? Ah, he's got the Crimson Amber Medallion. We could have started with that if we wanted to. The Erdtree's old sap becomes amber, treasured as the most precious of jewels in the age of Godfrey, the first Elden Lord. A primordial life energy resides inside. So there you go. It's just some crimson amber. Some sap. We can also get a bastard sword. Large sword with a straight blade. This heavy sword is usually wielded with 2 hands, but for those with enough strength, 1 is sufficient. The hefty blade can be swung into multiple foes at once thanks to the broad, sweeping attack, making fending off crowds all the easier. Broad, sweeping attacks are always nice. I like crossbow. Arrows, great arrows, bolts, ballista bolts, the red thorn round shield, which we have, a regular round shield, an iron helmet, clothing covering the mouth and neck provides some resistance to poison and other irritants. Scale armor, the cape covering the shoulders is made with treated rock lizard skin and provides ample protection against fire. Iron gauntlets and leather trousers. Most of his stuff is pretty normal. We'll get this stone sword key while we're here. Definitely. And we'll get the upgrade mats there as well.
Not finished yet.
No, we're done. Buying or selling? What are you buying? What are you selling? Yeah. Etc. Alright, let's go get the map. I'm the map. I'm the map. I'm the map. I want the map. I was gonna get it earlier, but then the Knight Cavalryman wanted to play games. There we go. Rude. Oh, he's aiming again. You can see him way in the back. Here it comes. Okay. Sheesh. Map. Weeping Peninsula. To Limgrade's south. It's named for its unceasing rainfall. Redolent of lament. Eastern Limgrave, we didn't read this before, but other than the Mistwood, which envelops the south, it is known for its lands which lead to Caelid, a path trod by many a soldier in the past. Also, before I go too far, let's go to Selin and give her my...
There you are.
my new spells.
My apprentice. Shall we commence the...
Here's a scroll.
Ah, is that a scroll? Takes me back to my academy days.
Why do you have
Very
no
well.
shoes on?
This is sorcery with which I'm not entirely unfamiliar. I'll be sure to incorporate it into one of your lessons.
Thankies.
Never lose that inquisitive spirit, my apprentice.
Glintblade Phalanx, one of the sorceries of the Carian royal family. Creates a defensive arch of magic glint blades overhead, which automatically attack nearby foes. Can be cast while in motion. Bestowed upon the enchanted Carian knights, who combine this art with their swordsmanship to maintain pressure upon their foes, striking in waves of steel and sorcery. Yeah. So, this is one of the most annoying things to have to face against an enemy is when they've got these floating around their head, because it means that they will eventually fire at your ass, which is annoying. And then the Carian Slicer. Conjures a magic sword and delivers a swift sweeping slash. This sorcery can be used without delay after performing another action. Even among the Carian sword sorceries, this is a notably effective technique. It is literally, do you want to swing a sword, but your main stat is int? Swing a magic sword made of magic. Simple as that. Let's buy Scholar's Armament, because that's really... eventually.
You wish to very well.
It's also very cheap, yes. It's very, very little mana to swing the Carian sword. Very, very tiny amounts of mana. Alright, well, let's head down to Redmane Castle, which is, well, right down here. Right down here. There's nothing to stop us except for the giant shooting arrows at us from afar. Okay, he can't hit me. He's blind. See what I mean? Wrecked idiot. Haha. I'm a-comin'. I'm getting closer. I'm here. You're at half health to start. Smack those little ankles up. Now, before we go into Redmane Castle, let's take a look at this. Siege of Castle Morn. I'm sorry, I was calling it Redmane Castle. This is Castle Morn. My bad. Redmane is in Caelid. A lone hero fights for his vengeance, only to fall at the hand of Lord Godfrey. Yeah, about that. Godfrey was pretty darn good at his job of killing people. He was really, really solid at it. Look at this. We'll be seeing these a little bit more, but you can actually see that it is some form of canon with a dragon motif, which means that this is actually the game kind of hinting at you that when you see one of these, it's basically going to shoot fire at you. See what I mean? Neat design. Very telling design of what it is. We've also got some big old swords here that we're not allowed to loot. I guess they're broken or low quality or something. I don't know. The motifs on the ramparts here are of birds and wings, which we haven't gone there yet, but we will see the exact same motif at Stormvale Castle, pretty much hinting that Castle Morn was, at one point in time, allied with the Stormvale kingdom, I guess? That is until Godfrey kicked the door down and killed everyone that looked at him the wrong way. Like I said, Godfrey is pretty darn solid at the whole conquering territory and war thing. Or I should say, was pretty darn solid at it. He kind of died for a while. That's a big misbegotten over there. Oh, no, you don't. That was a nice finishing strike. Wasn't he just exiled? He was exiled, and then he died. Did you not remember the opening cutscene where he is clearly dead? Oh, boy. That's a heavy axe. Oh my, Grandma, what a big axe you have. Oh, that was fast. That was a really fast recovery there. Okay. All right. Fair enough. Let's just go ahead and equip my business blade and commence some business. Look at these angry eyes. This elevator is slow. And because I don't want to have to deal with that slow-ass elevator, like I said, we're commencing the business. Oof. There's just so many enemies. Oh, there's too many enemies. I backed up to the wrong side. That's an oopsie. I backed up entirely to the wrong side. That is super my fault. This will actually be faster, surprisingly. I was in the business of getting wrecked. I got my ass kicked. I summon skeleton warriors in attack mode. Alright, this'll help. Trust me, chat. Skeleton warriors? Now we've got this. Easily. Oh, wow, he actually finished that off. The big one's smart. Anyway, as I said, skeleton warriors, guaranteed we are going to be fine now. Oh my fucking god, dogs. These stupid dogs. I hate it when I swing at them and it misses. There we go. We are fine. We basically have guaranteed a win now. Guaranteed a win. Almost eat my words? What are you talking about? Easiest fight of my life. Easiest fight of my life. So yeah, you can see what the Misbegotten have been doing. They're having a good old time burning bodies. At least these guys are dead already. It's quite the pile of bodies, though. That's a big pile of bodies. I hear fun stuff going on up there. Got a pumpkin head over here. Try finger butt hole. He was eepy. So yeah, you can see that what seems to have happened here at Castle Morn is a massive invasion of the Misbegotten. They're all over the place, just carving up bodies and burning and corpse piling and all that stuff. Honestly, that was kind of impressive he got that hit off on me. hanging soldiers all over the place. You can tell the Misbegotten aren't particularly happy with the way that they've been treated by the people of the Golden Order. Whoa, here they come. Take this! Those ones have actual functional wings. Unlike the semi-functional bullshit that the rest have. Down. Bye. Here we go. Made it to that halfway point. Not too much trouble, you know. We had a little difficulty once or twice. We could make that jump, but there's not much reason to, I don't think. Ooh, a stone sword key embedded in this boy's butt. Nice. This one is cowering in fear. In fact, the rest of them are all cowering in fear. Now, why might that be? Please help me. I am of noble blood. These hideous mongrels eat me. I'll be forever marred. Anything but that. Please, think of the disgrace. Bud, you already dead. Hey, look. It's one of Miyazaki's favorite tricks. You go to grab the item, plop. Slime drops right on you. Hold on. Do I have a weapon that would work for this? Maybe the Morning Hammer would be better. Or the Morning Star. Not really. Pickled turtleneck. Oh, you know what? Could use this epee. get poked. Lot of misbegotten here. We find the Twin Blade Talisman. A talisman depicting a twin blade and a confessor enhances the final hit ending of a chain attack. The twin blade technique is a tradition of the confessors, who closely guard the secret of how they preserve the momentum of their attacks. Thus is the final strike of their onslaught all the more deadly. Alright, chat. Confess to me. Tell me the truth. Let's make sure I don't fall off a bad spot. I don't need you. I'm at full flask right now. Tarnished golden sunflowers. Tarnished one. Do. A lot of this place has crumbled, but a little bit, to talk a little bit about like medieval masonry and the design of forts and stuff, these slits would be exactly where you toss like a crossbowman or something along those lines. And even at lower elevations, you could stick like a spearman there, and if anyone ever got close enough, you could do that. But usually you just toss a nice ranged weapon in there to shoot through. Because it's a lot harder to shoot into it than it is to shoot out of it, you know what I mean? Big rats. Rats of unusual size. I do not believe in them. But they sure believe in me. Oh my god, dude! This weapon's just a little slow. Just a tiny bit slow. Is there anything over here? All right, this drop down. Whee! Phoenix, I can't tell you how much I hate that Senko emote. It looks like there's something wrong with her. She's got rabies or something. Peak thrust. Okay, we're good. A whip! Now you're talking. A leather whip, not originally used for combat, but as an instrument of pain. Though its supple attacks cannot be thwarted by parrying or even guarding, it is incapable of dealing critical hits. Yeah! Get the hell out of my fortress, you filthy misbegotten! Worst weapon in the game? No, the worst weapon in the game is this. Here you go. Your bare-ass fists. Now, I'm going to head back here for a sec, because I must have bypassed Edgar wherever the heck he was. Our Lady's father, I didn't speak with him, but he had to have been in the early parts, right? I need to talk to him. I need to deliver the letter. Listen to that sound. Oh yeah, here. Let me show you why this is the worst weapon. There you go. Bare fist is the worst weapon. 2 damage a swing, baby. And that's on these. Let alone if I was attacking something that's actually tough. Bad dog. Down. Mush. Here I go messing around with whips again. Oh yeah, there are okay whips. Oh, I had to go over there to them, right? Yeah, hold on. I had to climb down from there. I dumb. But the whip makes such a lovely noise, chat. Listen to it. All right, I'll be equipping actual weapon now. Never tried a whip? There's a couple whips in this game that aren't completely awful. Literally, I think exactly 2 whips that are not completely awful. Oh, did I never go up there? I don't think I ever went up there. Let's do that while I'm thinking about it. Here we go. We've got the Claymore. Hey, there's a weapon we can equip. A large sword with a long, straight blade. In addition to the heavy sweeping attacks, it can also make a heavy piercing thrust, making this a versatile weapon. Skill Lion's Claw, skill of the Redmanes, who fought alongside General Radahn. Somersault forward, striking foes with the armor up. See some decorative blades. Once more, the Hawk emblem. Damn, they kicked the shit out of that guy. Not that that's too big of a deal for me, because screw that guy. That's right, I said it. Screw that guy. Look at them. They're having a great time with each other. Hey, stop that. Hiya! Artorias jump. Steel wire torch. Torch wound with metal wire, the flames can illuminate dark locales or be used to attack enemies. Heavier than a normal torch, but the heated filament boosts fire damage dealt. Skill Fire Breather, blow into the torch flame to spread flames in a wide frontward arc. Flames on the ground will continue to burn for a short while. The Misbegotten are beating the hell out of these soldiers. That's one thing I like, is that they made the Misbegotten strong enough that they can actually defeat the soldiers naturally in these situations, which works well because we're seeing that they're winning the battle. Also, we got their weapon, the Iron Cleaver. There it is. Fairly large iron cleaver, commonly used by the maltreated Misbegotten. Steeped in resentment, these weapons are swung wildly and relentlessly, often after rushing up to foes. Skill Wild Strikes. Swing armament with wild abandon. Hold to continue swinging. Can be followed up with a normal or strong attack. Wild Strikes is actually a very good skill. It's really nice. That is a strength weapon, and we do not really have much of a strength build going, so not the greatest of equipment for us. Damn, that went far. That was a really far swing, big guy. Let's go ahead and use the oldest trick in the book. Bring them over one at a time. Come on. There we go. Yeah, so I just hopped down there last time instead. Let's go this way. I think this might be the direction to the man we want to speak with. Well, we'll let them do their thing for a moment while I just look back here for a second, just to be sure. Yes, very interesting. Right, look at this. Look at that emblem. Get third-party, nerd. By the way, you notice how these work? You wheel them forward and whatnot. And then it has a slat in it so that you can use a crossbow, but you can also use it as a shield while you poke from behind with a spear. Yay, medieval tools. Aren't they cool? Hey, bud.
There's a face I've not seen before. I'm Edgar, warden of this castle, as ordained by Lord Godric himself. But you can see how things have turned out. The menials have all rebelled. They gave me good service, or so I thought. But it seems it was all an act. Foul creatures, as it said, and true enough, they're foul inside and out. I'm sorry to disappoint you, but whatever you come here to do, I'm afraid Castle Morn won't hold much longer. Take this, by way of apology.
He's upset that his slave labor decided they didn't want to be slaves anymore.
I see. From Arena. Thank you. I'm in your debt, but I can't leave yet. Even if the castle should fall, as commander, I must remain to ensure the treasured Sword of Morn does not fall into the wrong hands.
Let's take a nice good look at this man. You can see that this man is decked out in some nice looking armor. Silver, he's got proper gauntlets, pauldrons, and stuff like that. However, you'll also notice there's not a scratch on him. Oh, well, despite... Also, he has spurs. Spurs on his shoes. What are you, a cowboy? Anyway, as I was saying, you'll notice that he doesn't seem to have gone out there and fought at all himself, despite being commander.
If you see Arena, do tell her that her father will come for her once he's fulfilled his duties. If you see Arena, her father will come.
So yeah, he's just kind of chilling here and taking in all the failure. Let's go all the way back to the Bridge of Sacrifice now. Let's go talk to Irina. Tell her we found her father and he's being pretty stubborn. Irina! No, she's dead. And there's a giant cleaver left next to her. Well, congrats, Mr. Edgar. Your daughter dead. Maybe she could have been protected if a heavily armored knight was with her who had, you know, a desire to protect her. Too bad we couldn't find any of those, huh? Look, jellyfish. We left her out in the open? No, her father left her out in the open. Oh, that's a hurtful hit. Wow, we got its axe. Did they increase drop rates in this game or something? Long-haft axe, a large iron axe with a long handle, weapon of the maltreated, misbegotten. Making use of the force generated by its length, the weapon's resentment-charged blows are difficult to stop. Notice they're all resentment-based for the misbegotten weapons, because the misbegotten are kind of upset about being maltreated. Shocker. A long shaft. Grab. Big crab. Got it. Mmm, crab eggs, yummy. There's some fire arrows. Is there anything back here? Doesn't seem to be. Just some jellyfish. Alright, well, it's time to equip the Uchigatana because it's time for boss fight. It's kind of an annoying boss, to be perfectly honest with you. It's not my favorite boss in the world. Let's go get him. The Leonine Misbegotten. I summon skeleton warriors in attack mode. It is just a big Misbegotten with a big weapon and a big lion's mane. Bad. Shoot. You can tell Leonine is a very apt name for it. And we get the thing that was being protected at Castle Morn, the Grafted Blade Greatsword, a.k.a. George R.R. Martin Greatsword. The Storied Sword of Castle Morn, a revenger's weapon, it is burdened with oceans of anger and regret, one of the legendary armaments. A lone surviving champion from a country now vanished was so determined to continue fighting that he claimed the swords of an entire clan of warriors, and apparently all those swords were teeny tiny. Unique skill, Oath of Vengeance. Swear an oath upon the greatsword to avenge the clan, temporarily raising all attributes for a certain duration. While the oath's effects are active, poise will also be increased. It's a really good, unique skill. It's actually a very solid weapon. Not bad at all. But yes, that is literally just the George R.R. Martin sword. Guys, did you know George R. R. Martin wrote some of this? And by wrote some of it, I mean added the incest. It's true. Wait, I could have sworn. There's another pickup or two in the area. But mayhaps I was wrong. Do one quick little looky-loo. Just to be certain. But we gotta go tell dear old dad that his daughter's dead, and we'll show him the George R. R. Martin sword, and he'll be like, "Holy shit! Oh, I can't believe it!" And then we'll tell him his daughter's dead. He'll be like, "Oh, okay." Okay, maybe I didn't miss anything. Doo 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 bop. And yes, chat, Unsheath is a pretty darn broken skill. Pretty friggin' good. Shh, don't wake him up, he's sleepy. Free headshots? Not just that, it's just massive damage. Unsheath does basically a critical hit. Still climbing up here, bud? You still climbing up here? Yeah, I thought so. Oh, that's what I didn't grab. I didn't go over there. Silly me. That's why I was like, there's something I forgot. Because there was. It's not that bad. I mean, Unsheath has never been the best weapon art. It's just a good weapon art. Let's not forget the magic that was Hoarfrost Stomp before it got nerfed into the dirt. Hoarfrost Stomp, aka I stomp the ground 5 times and the boss dies. Which boss? Every boss.
I'm in your debt for keeping the sword from those foreign creatures. I'm no longer bound by duty. Once I've rescued Irina, I will spend my remaining days with her.
About that, I got bad news,
Thanks
bud.
to you, I will be reunited with Arena and devote my remaining days to her.
But you won't.
Arena has a gentle nature, though. I only hope it remains intact.
Not much about hers remaining intact, sir.
Thanks to you, and devote my Arena has a... I only hope...
Not much about her is gonna remain intact. You had every opportunity to not let this happen. Sir, I just saved your life, you bitch. How dare you? Yeah, she's got a very gentle nature now that she's dead. I mean, she couldn't hurt a fly. If anything, she's nourishing them. This is what I kept forgetting to do, is come on over here. Yeah. Get this stuff. Oh. That's just you making. Isn't it lovely that they had a gallows here? By the way, I want to point out, this is an actual gallows. Like, straight up, the intended purpose of this design is to hang people until death. Which means that this was already built before the Misbegotten came here, which means that hanging was already kind of a thing at Castle Morn. Let me guess what used to be hanging here before the Misbegotten rebelled. I bet the name starts with an M. More than likely. By the way, the cleaver here is a Misbegotten's weapon. In fact, I can even pull it out. See? The exact same weapon.
Arena, how could this be? My daughter deserved better. The fault lies with me. I chose duty over my daughter's safety. And that is how fate has answered. I'll find them. The foul wretches responsible for this. I'll hunt them down and exterminate every last one of them. Rest assured, Arena, it will be done. I'll find the foul wretches. I'll hunt them, rest assured.
So yeah, bro here decided to... Well, I guess she had probably a couple of guards at one point in time. Anyway, bro here decided to send his daughter out with little to no protection. His blind as fuck daughter. In the world that is kind of awful, just a little bit terrible. He made a decision, that's for sure. He certainly made a decision to do that. Okay, well then. Let's continue searching the rest of the area. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Boop-boop-bop. Okay, what is the in-game time? We're just gonna set it to 9. Because we're about to go see an interesting little enemy that only appears at night. Not sure if I want to fight it with the falchion, to be honest with you, since it is a boss. I think I'll pull the Uchigatana out again. Sorry for using the Uchigatana a lot, but, you know, good weapon. It's my only +2 at the moment. My only plus anything. Go ahead and grab the ruined fragment. We get a nice golden seed as well. It should show up around here. Somewhere around here. There he is. A death bird. These things are cool. Because they're horrifying. Oofas. Alright. Get out of here, horse. It's bird time. Oh, come on. With the freaking bats. Nope. Okay, thank you. Thank you, sir. No! Ow! My body. So, death birds are, as the name implies, birds that have relation to death. But you may be asking, Thor, isn't death a thing that didn't really exist? And you would be right. Although Owl is really trying to kill me there. But that's because death birds are older than the Golden Order. Stop that. Oh my god. I keep letting that happen. I keep thinking he's doing the thrust. Well, I'm out of heals. And boy, is the camera quite the boss right now. Come on. Come on down. He figured it out. Yeah, I'm gonna have to try that again. I felt like I was fighting like garbage anyway. I got my ass kicked. Not a fan of fighting them. Their head is always out of range of your weapons. A little bit. Yeah. Add another charge to the flask. It really depends on what you fight them with. And yes, deathbirds are extremely susceptible to holy damage. I think literally 2 holy pots will kill most of the deathbirds in the game that you can find. Just toss 2 at them and they're done. There he is. Round 2. Get over here, away from the bats. I keep getting hit by that. Keep getting roll caught by it like an idiot. Got a few unsheaths there. No, 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 no. The pecs are fast and do a lot of damage. You know, I tried to roll that. Oh, that's a lot of damage. There we go. Finish him. Okay, so Deathbirds, I don't think we get an item from him. Oh, we got a sacrificial axe. Okay, never mind. Hatchet used in ancient sacrificial rites. A Deathbird is depicted as a malevolent deity. The power of the rite yet lingers. A small amount of FP is restored upon slaying a foe, and has wild strikes. It's a tiny axe. But it is an axe still. Yeah, we'll use it for a tiny bit, for fun. Anyway, as I had said before, Deathbirds are straight up, like, ancient things that existed prior to the Golden Order existing. And as you may surmise by their name, they have some level of dominion and overseeing of death. We'll see more of them, and eventually get stuff that's a little bit more interesting in terms of the lore behind them to show up. Eventually. Oh, it must be down there. I'll go there later then. But for now, let's go this way and fall down. Just a teeny bit. More importantly, Eurydice's Rise. Seek 3 wise beasts. Here's one wise beast, Turtle. So, when we get to rises like this, it will give us a task. Basically, basically a little puzzle to search for stuff in the environment, usually. And this one is to find 3 wise beasts, and it gives us a turtle right away. Turtles are the wise beasts, so we need to find 2 more turtles. So let's look for some turtles. Who doesn't love turtles? And then... Isn't there an invisible turtle here? No? Okay. First. Are wolves not wise beasts? Are they stupid? And yes, this axe would be incredibly uncomfortable to actually wield because of its massive blade. Turtle number 2. Now, I could have sworn that for this one, there's a turtle in this little pond area. Oh, yep. There it is. I wasn't running into it when I was running around on Torrent. Couldn't see it. Didn't feel it. Anyway, before we even go into any deeper part of the rise, let me pull this torch out so that we can see shit. You'll notice there's a lot of books, painting. One of those lovely statues. But importantly, we see astronomical tools and a box full of rocks. Now, the only time we ever see boxes full of rocks are when sorcerers are abound. And this is, I guess, a little bit of spoiler lore, but sorcery is hand in hand with astrology in this world. So, this is a sorcerer's little tower. And we've got a memory stone at the top. Memory stones are nice. A black, lightly beguiling stone prized by the sorcerers who produce them. Increases memory slots. Said to be a fragment of the black moon that once hung above the Eternal City. The Eternal City is not a thing that we have seen so far, but we'll get there eventually. So yeah, this is a sorcerer's tower. You can tell by all the rocks, the books, the astronomical gear, astrolabes and whatnot. We'll be seeing lots of those assets being reused in pretty much anywhere that there's sorcery. Sorcerers, I guess I should say. Okay, what else do we... I think there's some other stuff in this direction. Oh, by the way, more ruins with ruin fragments that they say fell from the sky. But that's impossible. I mean, a floating set of ruins? No way, right, guys? Couldn't be. It couldn't exist. Hey, so, remember how we were talking about sorcery? Behold! They are using gravity magics. This is how we rip that rock out of the ground. So we can surmise that the sorcerer here was studying gravity magics, more than likely, because if you look at this, it seems like maybe some meteorites had fallen to the ground here. We gotta deal with you, do we? Okay. Okay, big guy. Ah! He pulled me in. Get him, summon skulls. Burn. I was casting some gravity magic. I love that they use gravity magic to pull a rock out of the ground and then throw it at you. That's so cool. Gravity magic is cool, but most of the gravity magic in the game is not particularly great. I will say Rock Sling, which is not something that we have available to us, is pretty solid. Okay, Gravity Stone Fan. Shard of rock found in the wake of a meteorite strike. It is imbued with a particularly weighty magic. Use FP to emit gravitational shockwave. The desperate ones who scavenge for these shards dubbed themselves Starcallers. These were Starcallers we just killed. And then a chunk. Use it to cause a gravitational explosion. We also saw that attack get used. So, quick little thing about the sorcerers here is that they are unaccomplished, weak baby sorcerers. Because of the fact that they could not just cast the sorceries themselves, instead were throwing these rocks that automatically cast the sorceries because they themselves can't do it. Essentially, they are considered failures. They are failure sorcerers. Thanks for the key, bro. Oh, there it is. Look, chat. It's our good friend. A gatekeeper that will guide us over to a grave, a catacombs. And it was pointing right down there. So we're going to go down there and go do that dungeon. Also, chat, gravity magic is good. You just have to be a giant person so that the gravity magic is massive. Then it's really good. As we'll see eventually. Taylor's Catacombs. Oh. Haha. What a beautiful noise. The sound of dying. I should probably use a different... weapon. You know what I mean? Something with some bludgeoning for these things. Hey, a morning star. Technically, it should be some bludgeoning. Bye. Bye-bye. Alright, which dungeon is this one? Come and get me. Come on, you little cheater. You can't see me. I'm like John Cena. You jumped, I jumped, we both jumped at each other. I don't believe there's any invisible walls or hidden stuff in this one. Oh, wait. Oh, shoot. Yep. Ooh, I got out of there. It's this one. I kind of forgot. Wait, are we not going under this one? First, we'll do that. Am I just blind and not seeing where to go? I could be blind. I think this is the one where I just have to go underneath this. Uh-oh. Ow. I don't think this is death. Okay. Yeah. I shouldn't have doubted myself in the first place. It just doesn't look like there's a floor down there, you know what I mean? Okay, now I remember what this dungeon entails in general. Look at these little zombie men. very fitting that I would get prattling pate that says please help in this area. Please help. So I do believe that those enemies are called putrid corpses, which is kind of a self-explanatory name. And the way that that particular room works is that it just has infinite corpses in it. Oh, I heard your little footstep right before that attack. Gave me a 1 footstep warning. And look, it led us back here. Yay, boss fight time. What's our boss? Oh, it's the watchdog and a bunch of imps. And because there's a bunch of imps as well, it is not at all even remotely cheating to pull out the skeletons for this. Skeleton! No! Oh, it's this one! It's the one that slams a million times. And for some reason doesn't deal damage to the imps when slamming. Oh, I hate this boss. I really do. Oh no, here it comes. Oh Lord, he coming. Fireballs. Okay. Finally. I despise that attack. Two, three. How did that hit me? Slam. I guess you can't jump that. I would have sworn you could. 2, 3. Finish him! Demi-human ashes. So one thing I want to point out that's kind of interesting, the Erd Tree Burial Watchdogs have two things that are interesting about them. Number one, the Golden Order doesn't really create homunculi themselves. So more than likely, these things are created through magics from the Academy of Rhea Lucaria. Number two, they are able and capable of shooting fire, which is not a sorcery thing at all. Fire comes from, well, possibly a different source. Demi-human ashes. Ashen remains in which spirits yet dwell, 5 demi-humans. Spirits of demi-humans that are small in stature but have a violent, brutish disposition. Though they seem somewhat intelligent, when night falls, their blood boils and they become feral. Okay, let's see. We seem to have gotten all that done, which means that now we've got 2 other areas to go to. I mean, we've still got like all the western part of this southern little island. But before that, there is a pickup over here, I believe. Right up there. And there's also a thing in that little tower I gotta get onto. Stop destroying that corpse. Oh, wait. I didn't go far enough south. Yeah, the poison mist spell was one thing I was thinking about that I need to grab. Chat, are you excited? Look, it's our first poison swamp! Yay! Poison! Yay! It's Miyazaki's favorite thing in the world. Poison! Oh. Ow. Anyway, poison mist should be in here, should it not? So the nice thing about Elden Ring is that as long as you're on your horse, poison doesn't get you. Which, of course, anyone that knows Elden Ring, or that knows Miyazaki, I should say, knows that eventually that means you're not going to be able to get on your horse in one of these poison swamps or more. There's the beetle. There we go. Poison mist. I had to double check where that was. I could have sworn that it had been in the poison swamp. Incantation of the Servants of Rot. Release a poisonous mist before the caster. This incantation can be cast while in motion. Those who dwell within poison know rot all too well. The death that begets life that comes to all equally. That is to say, it is the cycle of rebirth put into practice. Yes, of course. Poison is just the cycle of rebirth put into practice. The reason that that's important is that the Servants of Rot at least believe that rot in poison is just the cycle of rebirth being put into practice. Who's like, okay, bro, whatever you say. I forgot to grab this before, but the turtle shell. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Shield fashioned from a great turtle shell. The natural curve helps it contend with foes' attacks. The turtle is a symbol of tirelessness, and this shield boosts stamina recovery speed. Skill Barricade Shield. Skill made famous by Sir Nadehart. Focus your energy into the shield, temporarily hardening it to deflect greater blows. And a Warming Stone. A rune fragment blessed with an incantation of the two fingers. Use FP to generate warmth, continuously restoring the HP of those nearby. It is said that the Erd Tree was once as warm as the gentle sun and would gradually heal all who bathed in its rays. Which is really interesting. So, it was already clear that the Erd Tree has some healing prowess to it, considering that the Crimson Flask and the Cerulean Flask get their power from the Erd Tree. But it apparently used to have such powerful healing factor to it that just being bathed in its rays would heal your ass. Neato. Boop. Okay, anywho. Are you saying I'm not turtly enough for your turtle club? Ugh. That was a bad movie. Alright, got a grace over here. No reason to sit. Let's go climb this tower. So, the Weeping Peninsula, I'm sorry to say, is not going to have much lore for us to talk about. It's just going to be us grabbing a bunch of stuff and completing some little side quests here and there. Like, the only real lore we got was that the Misbegottens are mistreated. They're treated like shit because they look weird. Hi, friend. Did you enjoy shooting that at me? A hand ballista and some ballista bolts. An unconventional ballistic device modeled on a weapon used to besiege castles, only capable of firing great bolts, perfect for reckless acts such as storming a castle or facing an entire army alone. Yeah, so that descriptor, by the way, is a Berserk reference. Every time there's a Berserk reference, take a shot, chat. Your liver might not survive, though. Just a warning. Okay, let's head up there to that friendly-looking area if I can. Hey, look, this was a boss before. Well, there were two of them, but still, it was a boss before. Ow, okay. Jeez. Hold still, damn it. Thank you. Sheesh. Sheesh, I say. Oh, wait. No, I'm going the right way. I'm pretty sure. Well, that just looks lovely down there. Do you want to jump into the poison mist? Hop on in. The poison's fine. Whee! Stop that. Stop moving around. All right, we got another dungeon. Are you excited? Morn Tunnel. And look, another spot that we can drop to. But first, we're gonna grab this. For most of the get off early spots, it's not too much you're missing out on. By the way, I have a lot of runes. I should probably spend them. Let's get a few more points of strength. Hey, what are the Misbegotten doing here? Well, there's a bunch of blood all over the place, so I assume They're doing what they were doing at Castle Morn. Parkour. Thank you for the smithing stone. Whoa! Whoa, where'd the other one come from? Oh god, I'm dead. I'm literally dead. I can't move. Would not move at all. That was just ouchy. Oh, that's where you came from. You were sleeping. I'm sorry, I woke you up. That was rude of me. Yeah, the fact that we one-shot these guys is pretty nice. I'm liking the Morning Star overall. This guy's slacking. He ain't working. He deserves to be punished. Slackers. The lot of them. Grandpa over here working himself to the bone. Ooh, nice. Somber smithing stone. Meanwhile, some of these guys are just not working at all. Golden Rune 4. And some exalted flesh. Yum. You ever just eat a drumstick and become stronger? That's how the exalted flesh works. I'm here. Okay, that one knows I'm here. Okay, they all know I'm here. Everyone, all of China knows I'm here. There we go. Oh, hey, we got a short bow from it. Misbegotten short bow. Short bow wielded by the winged misbegotten. Fine fur clings to it. Designed to inflict additional damage by sacrificing range. The barrage skill lets you fire the bow horizontally. Fire off a rapid succession of shots faster than the eye can see. And they were looking at this arteria leaf. This artery leaf. Is this who I think it is? Big boy? Oh no, it's just you. Never mind. That was a backstab? Okay, I'll take it. Don't look a gift horse in the mouth, right? We got an anchor, a rusted anchor. Oh, there it is. A rusty anchor wielded as a weapon. Each of its 4 flukes is thick and sharp, enabling piercing attacks. When the Tarnished left the lands between with their lord, 1 boat alone was said to have been left behind. Skill, Barbaric Roar. Let loose a bestial roar to rally the spirit and increase attack power. While active, strong attacks change to savage combo attacks. And that's it for this little dungeon. Whoops, I gotta walk out of here first. Look at these things. They're just vomiting. They're just vomiting poison all over themselves at all times. They're just sitting there like bleh, 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 vomit poison. Free. Demi-human forest ruins. There it is. And within we've got Shield of the Guilty. There it is. Actual shield. Shield made to venerate a maiden whose eyes were crushed by briars of sin before being reborn in these lands. Venerating the repose of the soul, this shield boosts focus. The briars can be used to attack foes. It is literally a visage of a woman's face with surrounded by thorny vines. And you can shield bash enemies with it. So, her eyes were crushed by briars of sin before being reborn in these lands. I wonder why that was. Very interesting. Thinking emoji. I didn't want to go east, I wanted to go north, I think. Oh my god, can we just stop finding screeching enemies for 2 seconds? That'd be cool. Re. Alright, you. You will all die. All of you. "6 a.m. It sure is. Okay, so this is actually an interesting little thing where if you follow this guy's footsteps, it will lead you to something that normally is pretty difficult to find. Hi, Buckle. Good night, Nutty K. Slane. Anyway, he leads you down here. This cave. The Earthbore Cave. It's time for us to face our fears, chat. Also, if you look at the ground there, you notice how it's all cracked. It's because if you step on the ground, it will drop. Very, very quiet, chat. You know what? I can't see shit. I'm using this weapon for a little bit. I want to be able to see Big Rat. The raddest of jams. So yeah, if you step on the floor that I said would drop out under you, puts you in a very compromised position. Glowstone. There it is. Polished rune fragment that shines brighter than rainbow stone. It's craftable. Emit light from the location it is placed, illuminating your surroundings. However, the effect is short-lived and it lacks the diverse colors of rainbow stone. May serve some benefit in dark places or at night. Firefly, come to shine your light. There it is. It's time to face our fears, chat. It's time to fight a bear. Oh, cheater! There's no way I woke you up. A rune bear. This thing is so big and scary. It went for a bear hug. Oh, the poise damage that the EI slash does is stupid. Here he comes. Yep. Yep. Finish him. Oh, boy. We got the Spelldrake Talisman, a smoldering butterfly, ×5, Rina's Lily, and we defeated a bear. So, Spelldrake Talisman. Talisman depicting a blue ancient dragon. Boost your magic damage negation. The ancient dragons, who ruled in the prehistoric era before the Erd Tree, would protect their lord as a wall of living rock. And so, it is that the shape of the dragon has become symbolic of all manner of protections. So this gives us a little bit more backstory on the dragons and what they're about. We've only seen one dragon so far, but they were rulers of the lands between before the Erd Tree showed up. Thing is, the Erd Tree is supposedly been around for a while. Fairly long while. That was a long time ago. Alright, bear defeated. Thank goodness. I swear, that bear is scary. Okay, Earthbore Cave defeated. I'm thinking, but just to be sure, I'm not forgetting anything about how to get up there, right? I'll double check over here one quick time, but I want to go up there before we end the night. There's something interesting on top of that rock. Here we go. Look at these rats. They got some wild eyes, don't they? Look at that build-up. That's a completely new build-up we haven't seen yet. That is called Frenzy build-up. Also, hold on. Maybe auto-target is the thing that lets me swap targets. Anyway, these rats all have those yellow eyes, those beautiful yellow eyes in this area. They won't be the only things with yellow eyes either. We're also finding Eye of Yellow. We found some interesting new pickups. I should definitely take a look at those real quick. Eye of Yellow. A shrub fruit bursting with ripened pulp. Grown in lands afflicted by frenzy, it is used for its pain-relieving properties, though it's also known to be a dangerous intoxicant. So that's the first hint about frenzy. Miranda powder. Throughout history, perfumers have prized this extremely fragrant form of Miranda pollen, not yet scattered into the air. I don't think I've got any other hints. Yellow ember, an ember taken from the eye socket of a corpse. A sign that the deceased suffered from the flame of frenzy. This grape has ripened and burst. So, this is several things. Flame of frenzy. What the hell is that game? B, why is it called a grape? And C, why are their eyes on fire? Is that a symptom of frenzy? I guess it must be, considering the rats all are like that. Hi there, friend. How you doing? Your eyes are looking awful red. Yep, there he goes. The Ailing Village. There we go. Do it. There's a nice little frenzy spell for you. So this village has been completely and utterly taken over by the Flame of Frenzy, and you can see it literally erupting from their eyes, which is pretty cool. Do it again. There you go. Considering it causes people's eyes to explode in fire, I think the Flame of Frenzy might not be something we're particularly interested in getting involved with, but, you know. Flame Crest Wooden Shield. A tall, medium-sized wooden shield, light for its size and easy to handle, carried by soldiers of the village that is afflicted by frenzy. The yellow flame is the symbol of the affliction, serving as a warning to those who might approach the village. There should be a little bit more for us to find in the village. Okay, let me just shut that rat up. I swear. Anti-flame prejudice. Is it really prejudiced if I don't want my eyes to explode? Seems like a reasonable want. Kalu Baptismal Church. Wow, that was impressive how I threaded the needle there and then just ate a million hits. Do I want to see the horrors of the lands between? Yes. We just got the Flame of Frenzy. Incantation originating from the maddening 3 fingers. We've heard of the 2 fingers, now we're hearing of the 3 fingers. Causes the yellow Flame of Frenzy to burst forth from the caster's eyes. Charging increases the range. The Flame of Frenzy deals damage and causes buildup of madness. This incantation also causes buildup of madness in the caster and is only effective against the Tarnished. What do you mean it's only effective against Tarnished? This freaking rat sounds like it's suffering. a sacred tier. So it is important to point out that despite the fact that this village is inflicted with the Flame of Frenzy, or afflicted, it does have a legitimate church. A church to Marika. Well, I should say a church to the Golden Order, of which Marika is the god of. Which points out that they probably were not willing participants of the Flame of Frenzy. And being infected by it. But that's why it's an affliction. Usually afflictions are not willingly gained. Most people don't go out there and be like, ah, yes, the bubonic plague, gimme. Or in this case, ah, yes, my eyes exploding in fire, gimme. Most people aren't all about that. But one last look at that. The most interesting thing about finding the Flame of Frenzy and seeing it is that it talks about the maddening three fingers. So we haven't properly been able to mess around and know about the two fingers yet, unfortunately. But we have been getting a lot of information about, well, fingers in general. Fingers are a constant theme in Elden Ring. They are of pretty great importance. After all of our multiplayer stuff is finger stuff. We've constantly been told about the two fingers and how the two fingers are an important thing, and now we find the maddening three fingers. So, a hand, a full hand, is apparently pretty important. Actually, does a thumb count as a finger? Question, actually. Good question. So, I think this is where we're going to end off for the night. Sorry, we're kind of not getting super deep into the lore. It's going to take a couple streams, probably, to be perfectly honest with you, before we've hit some of the big stuff. Definitely, once we get to Rhea Lucaria, there will be some interesting big lore tidbits. And Stormvale Castle, which will come right after we finish the Weeping Peninsula. And we're over halfway done with the Weeping Peninsula. There's just this bit left to go, which is mostly just gathering and collecting some stuff. There's maybe a couple dungeons. And then we just head up to Stormvale Castle, which is right up here. And that should be the next thing that we do. Lest we get to go to the Round Table Hold, that'd be nice. But for now, thank you all very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you are looking forward to big lore stuff in the future.